Writing code is less like talking to a computer and more like giving it instructions. As long as you have permission and your instructions make sense to the machine, it will follow them exactly. For example, if you ask a friend to shout, "I am fabulous," they would probably refuse, feeling awkward and shy. But a program will follow the command without hesitation. In Python, it only takes a single line. The computer will display, "I am fabulous." Let us break this code down. Print is the function Python uses to show content on the screen. Whenever you want the computer to display text, you put that text inside print. The parentheses are where you place the content you want to display. If you put the content outside the parentheses, Python will not show it and may even produce an error. Next, the quotation marks are also important. You can use single quotes or double quotes, but they must be ASCII quotes, and they wrap the text you want to display. This is just like a misunderstanding that often happens in English. If you tell a coworker, "Please write the word thank you next time," but you forget the quotation marks and instead say, "Please write thank you next time," they might take it literally and write the entire phrase, "Thank you next time." This is not what you meant at all. If you had written thank you, there would be no confusion. Programming works the same way. Quotation marks prevent ambiguity. Without quotation marks, the computer will treat the content as a variable rather than text. Inside the parentheses is the text we want to display, such as "I am fabulous." The text itself can contain any language, but the quotation marks and the surrounding symbols must be ASCII. The quotation marks and the text inside them together form a string, which is a sequence of characters. Even if the content is all numbers, once you add quotation marks, it becomes the string 666, not the number 666. Now let us try this on your own computer. Open PyCharm. The first empty project you created earlier should appear in the recent projects list. If it doesn't, you can click Open here and locate its folder on your computer. Or you can simply create a new one. In my case, I'll just double-click to open the project I created earlier. Click Project in the sidebar to show all the folders. Under this project folder, we're going to add a Python file. This was demonstrated in the previous video. First, select this folder. Be careful not to create it inside the venv folder. That folder is the project's virtual environment, and it should be kept separate from our code. So click the top-level project folder, right-click it, choose New, then select Python file, enter a name. I'll call mine wanter_print2demo, which indicates a Python source file. I recommend avoiding spaces in file names. For example, spaces or strange symbols like putting an emoji in the name. Stick to letters, numbers, and underscores. This helps avoid issues where files can't be found based on their file names. Press Enter to create the file. If this is your first time creating a file, ADI log may pop up asking whether to add the file to Git. At this beginner stage, you can ignore it. If it appears, select Don't Ask Again and click Cancel. Since I already chose Don't Ask Again before, it doesn't pop up for me anymore. Now in this file, write our print statement. Start with print, all in lowercase. PyCharm provides some helpful suggestions here. For example, when I type PR, it already suggests keywords. Then add parentheses, a pair of quotation marks, and type the content you want to print. Now the code is ready to run. You can right-click here and choose Run. You'll see the Run window at the bottom displaying the output. The content we wanted to print is displayed successfully. You can ignore the first and last lines. The lines above are generated by PyCharm when you click Run, showing the command it executed automatically. If the bottom line shows an exit code of 0, it means the program ran without errors. If there is an error, the exit code will be a non-zero number. These two lines are always shown by PyCharm every time you run the program, so you can ignore them. What you should focus on is the content between the first and last lines. The content inside the quotation marks can be replaced with anything you want. The result will be printed. If there's a problem with your code, for example, like this, PyCharm will automatically highlight the issue in red. When you run the code, you'll also see red error messages, for example like this. And here, the exit code will also be a non-zero number. If you can't tell what's wrong, you can copy the red error message and paste it into a search engine. The lines above including your file name and code don't need to be copied. Everyone's code may be different, but the errors are often similar, so you can copy just that error line and paste it into a search engine. You'll find that many people have encountered similar issues, so copying error messages into a search engine can often help you solve the problem. Next, I'll teach you how to write more complex code. See you in the next video.